So Roblox, one of the companies that I'm really excited about and excited to just keep learning about and growing with, reported earnings last night. And when they dropped it, the stock market did not like it a lot, which is kind of the consistent theme that we've been seeing with a lot of companies that drop their earnings, and immediately they drop their earnings. Guess what happens? You can say with me, the stock falls. I mean, look at that. It dropped about 7%, is recovered up now, and it's only down about 2%. But regardless, for me, when I read the earnings report, I was like, I dig it. I dig it. However, when you look at the company, I'm like, this company is kind of expensive. Like, there's no two ways about it. You're just kind of like, wait a minute. Like, aren't we a little bit too excited about this company and too infatuated with this company? Because this company is expensive. I mean, if you compare it to other companies in the same industry as it, like EA or Activision, you can see like the price to sales ratio for this company is 17. Almost double everybody else. Like, it's ridiculous how much growth is being baked into this company. So when it missed earnings guidelines, which they were expecting for it to have revenues that almost tripled since last year, and when they didn't announce that, everybody freaked out. And of course, we had the sell-off that we had in the stock price. But for me, that doesn't really matter. Short-term fluctuations present long-term opportunities. At least that's the way that I see it. So for me, I'm excited about this company. I'm excited about what Roblox has to offer. I'm excited about where the future might be heading for this business. But let's talk about why that is when we look at the numbers for this earnings call. All right, let's get started. Whoosh. What's going on, people? It's your boy Kalechi, back with another video. If this is your first time around these parts, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy anything that we talk about on this video, hit that like button. Turn that thing, say it with me now, blue. But anyway, like I said at the beginning of this video, we're going to be talking about Roblox. And first of all, for those of y'all who don't know what Roblox is, first of all, I made an entire video. You can go watch it up here. It was like 30 minutes of me just bantering about Roblox. You can learn all of that stuff up here. But the TLDR, I'm just going to read straight from their website of what Roblox is, so I don't say anything that leads you guys astray. And they say Roblox's mission is to build a human co-experience platform that enables billions of users to come together to play, learn, communicate, explore, and expand their friendships. When they say co-experience, all I hear is metaverse, which is one of the reasons that I'm extremely excited about this company. And if you have no idea what the metaverse is, just think Ready Player One, like the world in Ready Player One. Roblox basically serves that purpose. It's trying to build out the metaverse where people can create a digital persona for themselves to be able to be fully interactive in the digital world. That's why I am extremely excited about Roblox and just us moving into the future. And some people are going to hear that and say, yo, that's ridiculous. Like, when are we ever going to do that? But you know, one thing I've learned is a lot of things that seem to be ridiculous, that seems to be where most of our innovative things come from. I mean, at one point in time, everybody thought the iPhone was just a kid's toy. Like, people were buying it only for their children. But now, where are we at now? We run our lives basically by that one device. Like, that one smartphone device is basically what rules all our lives. So it's just interesting to see some of the new technologies that end up being our daily technology, that ends up being the things that drive us forward and ends up being the things that rule our lives in some degree. Well, not really rule, but rule to a degree, which is also why I do not want Facebook to be the kings of the metaverse, because Facebook is Facebook, which Facebook is also going heavy into the metaverse. Facebook is putting a lot of money into the metaverse and is going to be one of the biggest competitors for Roblox. I really don't want Facebook to win this using their Oculus platform. I don't want Facebook to win against Roblox in this metaverse race because of the way that Facebook tends to handle and do a lot of things. I don't like it. I like the way that Roblox has gone about preparing itself and handling the metaverse and handling a lot of different things. But anyway, enough of me yammering on about how excited I am about this business. Let's just get right into some of the numbers that they announced during the earnings call. So the first one is revenue growth. This was one of the numbers that actually caused the stock price to tank because a lot of estimates were for revenue growth to be about 200% up, and they only reported 127%. So people were not very happy. But even for me, regardless, I'm actually excited for that because I expected it to be a lot less than that, especially because on the previous earnings call, they had told us that they expect growth to slow down as people start going back to school, as students start going back to regular life, as the world starts opening back up. They don't know when that's going to be, but they expect that these numbers should start slowing down. So I'm still excited that you see that year over year from second quarter of last year to the second quarter of this year, they still saw 127% growth, which is really good to see. Now, developer exchange fees. This number For me, when I look at it, I want to see it continue to go up and up and up. Developer exchange fees are the fees that they pay out to those creators of the platform. One thing you have to know about Roblox is kind of like, think YouTube and think TikTok. It gives people the ability to create content and put it on the platform. Think more TikTok, where it also provides the tools for people to be able to create directly on the Roblox platform. It's called the Roblox Studio, which is what they use to allow people to create the platform, which is also the learning side of Roblox, where people can learn to code and develop games for the platform, which that's another thing. So many people downsize gaming, but gaming gives so many kids the way that they learned coding. Like my brother, the way he learned how to code was he created games. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. We'll talk about that later on. But anyway, developer exchange fees, I expect this number to continue to go up and up and up, because if this number continues to increase, it means that there are more developers that are creating on the game. As a matter of fact, they announced on the earnings call that there are, I think, 1,000 developers now that basically live off revenue of Roblox, that create for Roblox completely and make money off of Roblox. Like, this is their career. This is their livelihood, which is so impressive to hear. I always think back to YouTube. When YouTube started showing their numbers, started revealing the revenue from the YouTube, or rather when Google started revealing the revenue from YouTube, it was around the same time that we started hearing a lot more noise about a lot of people who are becoming YouTubers. Why? Because that's not a coincidence. That's not a mistake. But now they were generating a lot more money. They were generating a lot more content. There was a lot more people that was creating for the platform. There was a lot more people. And when people start creating for a platform, they can get more people to come on the platform. And that's the same thing that Roblox is doing. As a matter of fact, one of the things that they shared in the shareholders letter was they said, second, we continue to see a large flow of new content. In June of 2021, 26% of the top 100 experiences were created during the past year, and 55% of the top 100 were created during the past 2 years. Finally, we are starting to see more relevant aged up content on Roblox. We define aged up content as experiences where the majority of users are age 13 plus. As of June 30, 2020, 12% of the top 1,000 engaging experiences qualified as aged up. That grew to 28% of the top 1,000 as of June 30, 2021. And so we can see like more people are coming on the platform, and as more people come on the platform, they're creating for the platform. And it's this flywheel effect though. When people see like, oh, I can earn some money on this platform, more people want to come on the platform. They create for the platform, which makes more people want to come on the platform. And it's a flywheel effect that keeps on going round and round and round. It's one of the benefits that YouTube has. When a lot of people think like, oh, I could make some money making videos for YouTube. So more people want to join and more people watch YouTube content, and that flywheel continues. And the same way for Roblox. The other thing that I like to see, which is one of the reasons, and it's one of the things why I don't want to see Facebook win this metaverse race, is Roblox has designed its platform to be focused, very heavily focused on safety, on making sure that anybody from, I believe, over the age of 6 can play on the platform and it can be safe. That's one of the key things. As a matter of fact, Roblox, they announced that they had over 3,600 extra people that just work on their trust and safety teams. Of course, they've grown overall as their talent continued to develop, as they continue to invest in the business. I mean, they've grown from 751 employees to 1,234 employees from this same time last year. So it's very good to see them continue to grow, but it's also interesting to see that they are continuing to invest money into safety and trust teams to make sure that when kids come on the platform, or when anybody comes on the platform, they're able to handle things properly, to make sure that everyone on the platform is being safe and everybody on the platform is being taken care of. But those are the big numbers. The only other numbers that I wanted to bring out and just to discuss a little bit more about is the daily active users, which, like I said at the very beginning, they told us that they expect these numbers to come back to earth, to kind of be at the same rate that it was pre-pandemic. And so that's what we're seeing right now is those numbers. It's not a massive spike in growth. We're seeing 29% year over year growth from this same time last year. And the cool thing is when you look at those daily active users, the even more important thing is where the growth is coming from. One of the key things is the growth is not necessarily coming from the United States and Canada. It's not coming from North America. Most of the growth is actually coming from outside of North America. Most of the growth is coming from Asian Pacific nations and the rest of the world. Asian Pacific nations, South America, and other places around the world. Asian Pacific contributing about 57% of the total growth, and rest of the world contributing about 63% of that growth. So it's good to see that Roblox is not just stuck in America. It's not just stuck in being a North American type of game, but it's growing exponentially outside of the Americas. Also, the other cool thing to see is the age group in which Roblox is growing in, because one of the questions that everybody had is, can they grow outside of the young demographic? Because Roblox historically has been a game that a lot of really young kids play with, but after a certain age, a lot of kids don't play it anymore. But what we're seeing is we're seeing that age demographic, or people start to age up with Roblox. So we're seeing over 13 is now making up about 46% of the growth, and total numbers of daily active users over 13 accounts for almost 50%. And actually they announced during the call that for July, over 13 actually accounted for more than 50% of the total active daily users. So really, really good numbers to see. And it's good to see that Roblox continues to grow and continues to age up with the group of people that play on the platform on a regular basis. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all in this video. I hope you learned one, maybe two things out of this entire thing. And if you did, hit that like button. If you loved it, hit that subscribe button. But I'm gonna catch y'all up on the next one. Remember, generosity is always greater than greed. God bless each and every single one of y'all, and y'all boy is out of here.